We are going into week 4 of the NFL season, and the Packers are coming off one of their worst losses they've had in quite a while. You have to stretch back to early last year to find such a loss. Well, I suppose you can go to the Lions losing at home during a rain soaked day in November. That was pretty terrible. By all accounts, they should have won that game, but found a way to lose it. But on to better days. Playing the Cowboys in Dallas Cowboys Stadium. They have won 6 times out of the 6 times they played. Yes, I know that could be a jinx, but let's just say it's not, because the Cowboys have found ways to lose to the Packers every time they played them in that stadium. And I just don't think it's going to be any different. Yeah, sure, the Packers are injured. Aaron Banks, doubtful. Belton, out. Zach Tom, out. I didn't think, let's be honest, we didn't think Zach Tom was going to play in this game. With bye week next week, give him a couple weeks to really heal up and be ready to go. That's fine. Aaron Banks, same thing. I would say he's doubtful, but I would say right now he's probably not going to play. Javon Bullard, questionable. I expect him to play. Tucker Kraft, good to go. Yes, the offensive line is injured, but you're still playing against the Packers, against the Cowboys. And yes, they got Kenny Clark, who may have a little bit of revenge factor going on, but let's be honest, the Dallas defensive line ain't that great. And sure, the Packers looked bad last week, but they played against the best defensive line in the league. But let's get to it. Let me know what you think. Supposedly, if I say like, share, subscribe, it brings more people. I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know for the life of me when that's supposed to kick in. It's supposed to magically hit or light up the subscribe button there, but who knows? It doesn't seem to actually do anything for me, so I'm just gonna keep making these videos for those that actually enjoy them. But let me know what you think, and let's get to it. The Packers, like I said, are injured. For sure. It's been talked about to death. Jordan Love has been talked about to death. He made one bad throw. Sure, it is emblematic of what he's done when you put pressure in his face that he's going to make mistakes. But we've seen when he's not rushed, when he's flat, when his feet are flat on the floor, he's not shaky. He's not trying to run and just jump and throw. Never jump and throw a football in the NFL. It's never going to end well, and certainly not going to get you like 10, 15 yards. More likely going to get you 0 or 1 or a loss. But I think the Packers will be just fine. They'll be just fine this week. Tucker Kraft is back. Dobbs is there. Sure, there's no, there's no Christian Watson and stuff, but they still got enough guys to beat the secondary. Yeah, Deron Bland is great, but let's be honest, has he had a great year? He's been injured a lot lately. Sure, he got a big contract, but let's be honest. Trayvon Diggs, he's been injured. Sure, he's still good. I got Sam Williams. He's been okay. Kenny Clark has been okay so far. Dominic Ezeraku still has yet to really shine. He's a rookie, so give him time. He will probably be a pretty good pass rusher in this league, but other than that, I'm just not really concerned about the Cowboys. I'm more concerned about the Packers. I'm more concerned about how their offense looks. I'm certainly not concerned about their defense, because their defense is great. Truly a great defense. And sure, maybe Javon Bullard doesn't play, but you still got Micah. And he's been pretty even keel this week. He doesn't see it as a slight that they aren't going to give him a tribute, because let's be honest, yeah, he had 52 sacks in his time in Dallas, but he wasn't an all-timer. He's certainly on his way to being an all-timer. But all this talk about everybody saying like, oh, ever since he went to Green Bay, he's overrated. He played with the worst fucking defense in Dallas, and look what he was able to do. The people that say that just want him to fail, and I don't want people to fail. When Rodgers went to the Jets, I didn't want him to fail. When others went to the Jets with Rodgers, I didn't want them to fail. When other players went to other teams, I didn't want them to fail. I'm not like that. I don't want guys careers to fail because they're not on my team because they left. It sucks to see what happens to Jair being did not play for the last couple games. I don't want his career to fall off. You just have to, admit yourself when is it better to let somebody go that you like or to pay them, keep them around longer than we need them to? So it's like all this talk about, oh, Micah Parsons is suck. He's going to fail. He's just going to look so terrible. And it's just like, he's been great. Yeah, sure, he hasn't had like 5 sacks. He hasn't had like 10 or 15 to 20 quarterback knockdowns, but he's gotten pressure. He's been one of the highest pressure guys for the Packers. Sure, we knew that might be the case. He's being triple covered every time. Rashawn Gary, Lucas Van Ness, although Lucas Van Ness has not taken advantage as much as I would have hoped of his opportunities so far. Rashawn Gary certainly has taken advantage of his opportunity. Devontae Wyatt has taken care of his advantage when he's had the chance. Colby Wooden has taken chances to, off of Micah Parsons being out there. I hope Lucas Van Ness does eventually get to that point, but so far he's had a couple of good moments, but still going to need more. Need to see more from Lucas Van Ness. But Micah Parsons will be just fine. Do I like him to get a sack this week? Yes. Do I like him to get 2 sacks? For me, I think it's 1.5 to 2. I don't think it's not going to be 3 or 4 or something like that, although that would be cool. And if that did happen, the Cowboys fans would just be... they'd just be spitting mad. It's like, Jerry, you gave away Micah Parsons for 2 first rounds and Kenny Clark. I mean, sure, the chance of Kenny Clark getting a sack this weekend, I bet he probably does get 1. It's going to happen. We know the offensive line for the Packers has not been great. We know it. There's no point in saying anything other. It has not been great. And even still, the Packers are still 2-1. And if it wasn't for the bad pass, again, so many things could have been different. That the Packers just ran the ball on 3rd and 2, or on Jordan Love. This is something that Jordan Love has to do better. And when Dan Orlovsky said Jordan Love needs to grow, if it's true, you need to be able to stay in that pocket just that little bit longer, that half a sec longer. You take that hit, but you get Tucker Kraft wide open down the field for a 15 to 20 yard gain, and then the game is over. Tucker Kraft was wide open if you just gave him another half a second to even another full second. Sure, it hurts, but you know what? You're Jordan Love. You're the big $200 million man. You have to be willing to take that hit. Go to the ground. It may hurt, but hey, you complete that pass to Tucker Kraft. The game is over. The Browns do not have a chance. You run the ball. You run their timeouts on, and then we're good to go. That's what happens. And he hasn't been able to do that. You're going up against Cowboys, whose pass rush is in the bottom half of the league. All right, sure, maybe they'll be ready to play. I'm sure they'll be ready to play just because it's Packers-Cowboys. Not necessarily because Micah Parsons is now on the Packers, but because it's goddamn Packers-Cowboys football. It's Packers-Cowboys football on Sunday night in Jerry World. That's enough reason to get up and play. You're getting paid to play the Child's game on Sunday Night Football in Jerry World. That, by all accounts, should be enough motivation. But for some people, it's not. For some players, it's just the money. That's all about is for the money. But for those that want more than just the money, we've seen that with Micah Parsons. Yes, he's getting paid very, very well. But so far, he's been very outspoken. He's been very team oriented. He's all about getting everybody their chance. He's been very complimentary about players on the team. And sure, Lucas Van Ness has not showed that, but he has been very complimentary about the team. He's been very team centric. He is not an ego centric guy. He's been very clear so far since his time in Green Bay. Sure, that may show someday that he is a little more egocentric, but let's be honest. Can you blame him for being egocentric in Dallas? Look at him. He had double digit sacks just about every year he was with the Cowboys, even when he got an injured shortened season. And he was still bringing it to the field. I don't blame him for being the way he was on the field. His team was not dedicated to winning. The Cowboys had not been dedicated to winning for several years, for decades, in fact. Yeah, sure, they've made a few runs here and there, but well, let's be honest, they've had several good looking teams, but they haven't taken advantage of it when they've had the chance. They have not done what they've needed to do, and I cannot blame Micah Parsons for wanting out of the shithole that is Dallas Cowboy football. I'm sorry for any Cowboys fans out there. Look in the mirror. Tell me that the Cowboys are a better team than the Green Bay Packers. If you're honest, you'll say, no, the Packers have kicked our ass the last, or every time they've played in Jerry World, and a couple of times before that as well. The last several times the Cowboys have played the Packers in the playoffs, the Packers have won decidedly. Now, sure, you want to go back to Dez Bryant, but Dez Bryant still did not make that catch. It was an incomplete pass, and the Cowboys lost. But the Packers should be ready to go. They'll be ready to go on Sunday Night Football. Offense will be fine. I like Josh Jacobs to finally go over the 100-yard mark. I like Jordan Love to get 250, 260 passing yards, probably, hopefully more. I'm just, based on what he's done so far, I'm going to keep my expectations in check. But I do like 2-3 touchdowns from Jordan Love. Tucker Kraft is going to be heavily targeted because Cowboys can't stop Tucker Kraft. They're not going to be able to stop Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft should go off once again. Romeo Doubs definitely going to get a touchdown this week. And who knows, maybe one of the mystery other tight ends, John Fitzpatrick, maybe Luke Musgrave will get a touchdown. But the Packers are going to win. Packers are going to beat the Cowboys this weekend. They are going to win by a score of 34-20. I will give the Cowboys the chance to score that many points, but even still, I think that's being generous. I really do. This Packers defense is great. Look at what the Bears did last week. The Bears don't even have a good defense, and they only gave up 14 points to the fucking Cowboys. And they had Caleb Williams looking like a seasoned veteran, and we all know what kind of a shit show that guy is. But the Packers are going to win this week, 34-20. Mark it down. Packers win. They go into the bye week 3-1, and us Packer fans will feel a little better about Jordan Love. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Otherwise, have a great day, and as always, God bless.